So recently I've been thinking about Kingdom Hearts, which is no different than most other times, and I just had a thought. A lot of characters in this series have blue eyes, and this might not be news to some of you guys, I understand, because there's like a lot of blue-eyed people. It's kind of hard to miss, and a lot of people strangely have blue eyes similar to Sora, and I wanted to test something. I want to see how many characters have blue eyes like Sora and just blue eyes total, and you know, put it into a fraction or a percent or something. But anyways, enough yap. Let's actually do it. Alright, so I found this tier list with all like the important characters of the series, and I'm just focusing on Kingdom Hearts original characters. I'm not gonna do Final Fantasy characters, I'm not gonna do Disney characters, and I'm obviously not gonna do characters that we don't know the eye color of. So let me go ahead and grab Sora, and yeah, so we have Sora right here. All right, this tier, this will be our blue tier. All right, and then we're gonna throw in a different blue. A lot of characters also have blue eyes, but they're not the same as Sora's blue eyes. Think of Riku. It's got really bright light blue eyes. This tier we're gonna name yellow. Alright, because something I didn't say earlier is that a lot of people also have yellow eyes. This tier is gonna be turned yellow. A lot of characters didn't always have yellow eyes. Alright, this tier, turned yellow, was blue. I cannot.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Now this one turned yellow was different blue. This tier, because I'm also pretty sure that before some of them had yellow eyes, they had different colored blue eyes. Like I'm pretty sure Larxene was one of them. This one, not blue or yellow. Alright, boom. And then this one, we can get rid of that one. Alright, so we have our Sora. Let me just go ahead and knock out all the easy ones. Kairi, Naminé, Kairi's nobody. Roxas, Sora's nobody. And Ventus, easy. You guys are easy. We know this. We know the blue-eyed freaks. And then the same, we're gonna do easy yellows.
Boom, bam, bop, pow.
Now I know Xehanort had like gray eyes before. I could put him in turned yellow, but nah. Alright, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and put all of our important characters. I'm gonna go ahead and just move them up so I don't have to search for them later. Alright, I got all of them up here so it'll be easier. And while I was doing this, I realized Xion is also an easy blue, you know, creating the image of Kairi. Master Ericus has like gray eyes, a little purple, maybe like a touch of purple. I don't know if I'm blind, but you know, it looks like you got a little purple in there. Not blue or yellow. Zora, he has one blue eye that is like Sora, but he also has one red eye. So I don't know, I'm just gonna count that as different blue since he has two different color eyes. Riku, this is the Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku, but we all know that throughout the course of Riku, he's had his light, bright blue eyes. So even if they're a little green in here, I'm gonna put him in different blue. Lexius, my boy got them blue eyes, alright? No secret there. My boy got them blue eyes, alright? He's got like different blue eyes, but they're like not different enough, I feel like. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw him in blue. Luxu / Braig / Xigbar. Braig had brown eyes before turning into a Xehanort Luxu, so we're putting him in turned yellow. Brain's eyes are like Ericus's. They're kind of like gray with like a tint of purple. I still don't know if I'm colorblind or not, but it looks like there's some purple in there. But anyway, not blue or yellow. Aiza / Saix. Saix, we know, has yellow eyes, so he's interned somewhere. But it looks like his eyes were like green. They're kind of blue. They're like a bluish green. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that they are not blue. So he's just gonna go and turn yellow. Evan slash Vexen. Vexen, I remember clearly. He had some bright green eyes, like the greenest of green. So he is turned yellow. Ansem. The thing about Ansem the Wise is that he has like the yellow eyes in a way, but they're like more orange than they are yellow. But I don't know if it's enough. Yeah. Yeah, those eyes are bright orange, alright? Not blue or yellow. Aqua is similar to Lexius. She has kind of different eyes. She has like a purplish going on in there. But like when you see her, like look at her in this picture. Look at them bright old blue eyes, bro. That, yeah. She going in blue. Ephemer definitely has different blue. Olet, some bright green eyes, we know that. Luxord, we know Luxord's eyes turned yellow, but his eyes, yeah, his eyes are bright blue. He also has those Riku eyes. Pence, one of the only characters that have brown eyes. Brown eyes are rare. Larxene, actually, see in this art right here, she has like blue eyes. Like right here, she also has blue eyes, but in game, they look more green than they do blue. Look at that. She's got like greenish blue eyes. I don't know if I want to count that. Like look, these are green as hell. They're like a little blue. They're like greenish blue, but I feel like there's more green than there is blue. Greenish blue is like a type of blue, I guess. It's a fan art, you know, she got blue eyes. And this fan art she does too. I'll just, you know what? I'll count her different blue. Axel slash Lee, we know he has some green eyes. Scold from Kingdom Hearts is hard. Yeah, it's like, I want to say yellow, but like in here, those are definitely not. Those are like hazel kind of. They're like orange. But in her art, her official art, it's kind of yellow. I low-key have no idea. And some character art she's got, these are more like orange. In this one, they're like yellow. I don't know. There's only like two official things to go off. This and this. Like, is that enough? I don't want to waste time thinking about it. I'm just gonna call it here. Not blue or yellow. Marluxia. He's the reason why this tier exists, because I already knew. Marluxia has some bright blue eyes in Chain of Memories. Dylan slash Zaldin got some very purple eyes. Hainer again, brown eyes. Demix, obviously his eyes turned yellow. But you know, he has the same eyes as Larxene. I know we counted Larxene, but it's like, it was low-key a little harder than I thought. I mean, in this plush, I doubt this is official, but I mean, if this is how people see him, it might be green, right? Oh yeah, there's some blue eyes right there. I mean, look right here, these are pretty darn green to me, and they definitely look different than Larxene's. I'm calling it turned yellow. Ienzo slash Zexion, yeah, those are some pretty blue eyes right there. Definitely bright eyes like Sora. Blue. Terra, also bright blue eyes. Darlitzia, her eyes are definitely green. Those are some green eyes right there. They're looking at me like green eyes would. Not blue or yellow. Oh, that was the last one. Wow, kind of flew through that. All right, so it turns out turned yellow was different. Blue was just not needed. I thought it would be, but it wasn't. Nobody else nobody else had blue eyes before. Oh wait, bro, why is Larxene here?
Stupid.
Her eyes definitely turned yellow. All right, never mind. It definitely was needed. All right, she's now here. I don't know what happened. I don't know why she wasn't there. And why is Luxord here too? Oh my god. See, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. Now, alright, see, look. Let me look over everything.
Stupid.
Alright, everything seems right. Now we're gonna tally everything up. Alright, before I continue, you might have noticed that I didn't count Repliku. And at first, I didn't because I thought that he's just, you know, Riku. So why would I count him? Then I remembered that, you know, I have Ventus and Roxas. They look exactly the same. And, I mean, Ansem and Xemnas are just branches of Xehanort. So I'm going to do Repliku some justice and actually include him. He doesn't change eye colors. He stays the same green like Riku, but I'm counting that as blue. You know, again, chain of memories. Yeah, blue eyes, just like Riku. And upon me wanting to include him, I also realized that there's low-key a lot of people missing. So I decided to include 3 more people: Young Xehanort, Terranort, and Dark Riku. I think these 3 deserve a spot just like everybody else, so you know, I decided to include them. Dark Riku, he's gonna be turned yellow, was different blue. Just like Repliku, he is Riku, so you know, his eyes were the same color, but they actually turned yellow, so yeah. Terranort, he's a little difficult to think about because he was Terra. I mean, you know, that's Terra's body after all, but I think it's fair to just include him in yellow because, I mean, Xehanort did take over his body, and he also kind of forgot who he was, so at that point, he's kind of like a new person in a way. Young Xehanort, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put him in turned yellow. I know earlier I said that, you know, I wouldn't consider Xehanort to be turned yellow, but I feel like in the case of Young Xehanort, even though it's literally the same person, I feel like it's a little different. I mean, we see Xehanort's journey from when he was young and when he was old, alright? When we're introduced to old Xehanort, he's always yellow-eyed, but when we're introduced to young Xehanort, I mean, he was yellow-eyed, but we see so many stories about him, you know, Dark Road, or even Kingdom Hearts 3 where he's talking to the Master of Masters, and he has gray eyes. Because of that, it's fair to put him in turned yellow rather than yellow. Everyone, it doesn't end. I just realized that I forgot the entire Dark Road cast, and I don't feel like doing in-depth explanations, so here, just take it. Take it. Holy cow. Now it's time to put everything into, you know, I'm taking a pie chart. So I'm using this website, virtualscienceteachers.org. Thank you. So we're just gonna make our pie chart here. Alrighty, yo.
Shut your lame ass up.
Sorry, I won't say that ever again. But we got everything labeled now, okay? We have 10 blues, 5 different blues, 5 yellows, 5 turned yellows, 1 yellow was blue, 3 turned yellow was different blue, and 13... Wait. 14 not blues or yellows. Wow. Look at this pie chart in its glory. Let me zoom out. Alright, now we got the full pie chart. Look at that. Look at it. Also, I had no idea that it would help calculate the percents for me. Wait. Alright, so this is what the pie chart actually looks like. Now you can look at it in its glory. Now let's read these percentages. Alright, blue, 23.3%. Different blue, 11.6%. Yellow and turned yellow are also 11.6%. Turned yellow was blue, was 2.3. Turned yellow was different blue, was 7.0. Not blue or yellow was 32.6%. We see blue compared to the rest. This is our main color blue that I believe that a lot of Kingdom Hearts characters have. So yeah, we can see that 23.3%. That number more than doubles any other percent besides not blue or yellow. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that it's a lot. But how about we add up our blues and our yellows? Alright, so our total blue comes out to 34.9%. Our total yellow comes out to 32.5%. And our not blue or yellow comes out to 32.6%. Wow. Honestly puts everything into perspective. Kingdom Hearts loves them some blue eyes. But what if we convert everybody back to their original color? So everybody that turned yellow, you're back to what you were. And with that, our total blue comes out to 44.2%. Yellow, only 11.6%. And not blue or yellow, 44.2%. The same percentage as our blue. I mean, how insane is that? With all of our greens and browns and oranges and whatever, they all make up the same amount as total blue. You know, I'm a little shocked. You know, I knew the blue eye problem was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. Fortunately though, I think as the series progressed, the variety in eye color has definitely increased. Even in Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like there was an attempt to make the blue-eyed characters have a little bit different tints. And there's nothing wrong with characters having blue eyes. I just think it's funny how many characters have them. I mean, we just did the percentages, it's a lot. And the reason I'm not considering yellow eyes to be a problem is because, I mean, we've seen how many of them turn yellow, and even then, anybody who has yellow eyes is somehow linked to Xehanort, so. But anyways, I think it's time to end this. I got the answer I was looking for. I hope you guys all got the answer y'all was looking for. Blue-eyed characters in Kingdom Hearts flood this series. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.